Okay, so this has to do with also the three body problem, and I think it has to do with Prince. But definitely Joylet Club, and then the Waverly thing. So the reason why I think we've been seeing commercials with the cats going like, "Hey, hello," you know, it's because well, for one thing, I think it has to do with moccasins and Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, but also I think it has to do with like this one TV series where you see the family, they're like, haha, like moccasins, Um, but they're really smiling, and there's like Diana Ross's kid there. Forgot her name, you know, and cause she's got a pygmy situation, like a pygmy goat situation, you know. I definitely feel that, and I definitely feel that there's definitely a mountain situation too, and I think that that's why we've got a shredding company that has mountain in it, and then why there's a yogurt that has mountain in it, and but it's not goat's milk, it's actually cows. So there's that, and then also that caramel apple situation, you know, that has a mountain in it, and then you've got Montrose. Okay, so when you've got the three body problem, I think that that has to do with turning someone into spirits and turning someone into booze and turning someone into fuel who's not there. And that's why that's fucked up. So when you see three body problem, remember that the Holy Trinity is kind of like using that process with that boat, except it's the mercy boat. Okay. And when you see the Royal Marines or the Royal Navy, just know that that is kind of an old, that's the reason why we've got naval shipyards that are haunted. Okay, that's because of that Holy Trinity. And that smell that I smelled in county jail, that's like, I thought it felt like the Korean War. I think that's when I started to notice it, and I've never forgotten it deep down inside. So I think it has to also do with potted plants, and it has to do with the pottery, like I saw over at Puta Creek. That one, I could visualize a war gonna like starting over that one particular piece, and that's why I did what I did. So that's all I gotta say. I did the best I could, and I also didn't want to see anyone get trapped in that thing because I knew deep down inside that it's sacred, but also that people use it to like slavery. So that's why I did I did the best I possibly could do with what I had, with what I could, and that's that.
He was on 10 to 12 different medications for hypnotism. He was going to therapy 20 times. I'm like, oh, holy shit.
Well, this could have been very useful
information. Pops. Yeah. Like, why didn't you tell me all this when I was younger? When I was having panic attacks and didn't know what they were. But when he told me that, man, it just really allowed me to give him a lot of grace, because I used to get upset because I felt like he would discipline me for things that he never taught me. And that was actually like my real big breakthrough, in therapy. I was upset at him because I didn't have the relationship with him that I wanted, but he was going through his own stuff. Like, he couldn't be there for me like, he wanted to be.
Everyone's going through something, and it's never really you. When you're like, hey,
It reminds me a little bit of Lucis Camilla.
Everybody's just exhausted.
He might be like,
biggest thing you realize
he said he's mostly Irish. I think
more now. This gonna sound crazy. I learned a lot more after I did an ayahuasca trip.
Please tell me everything about that.
Oh, I did it.
I think if he's Irish, then it's from the side that's Spanish.
Did you go to fucking Costa Rica,
like
or did you?
Like to go somewhere. Ir.
The city shaman, dude.
So I think that if 23andMe said he was Irish, it's because someone in Ireland wants him.
They got like a big estate.
It's probably that.
Type of thing. Their
So
estate was like
I would
being in a whole other world.
I would make sure he's
it was like
safe.
being on a resort. That's basically.
And I would double check on that 23andMe because I think it's a bunch of
bullshit. And that was incredible. I had more of a breakthrough doing that than I ever had in therapy, but I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of us lie to our therapists. Yeah. You want your therapist to like you, dude. My therapist.
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of bullshit, that 23andMe. And the reason why I think it's called 23andMe is because they call it chromosomes. That turns us into internet.
Well, some shit is just really embarrassing.
So it's kind of like making us internet, Chrome, a browser.
Like I know when you hear
it makes us kind of an open book
talk about a past relationship or like friends,
to like a company that's trying to make money. So that's a problem. And because it's gains, trying to gain from us. So that's why we gotta, really nip that one in.
You don't need anybody to tell you what the answer is. You already know the answer, idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and it's
so I mean, this is another example of when we have a situation where it's like, okay, well, what are we gonna do about it? I think we should just give them a warning that they need to like get into a different business and stay the fuck away from browsing people's personal shit.
Everything's fine.
You know?
When you're with Channing Tatum. And I'm like, what? Channing Tatum? You definitely do see God. Yeah. But I've always been a spiritual person. What was God to you? Like, what did you see? A light.
And the only time I think that it's okay to see personal stuff is when you truly want to reconnect people with what they love, what they're missing. Okay. But you're not trying to do it with witchcraft. You know what I mean? You're not going to do it like, with witchcraft. You're going to do it the right way. You know what the right way is. It's what would you want done to yourself. And that whole processing is personal. So that means that you would imagine other people would want something different. That's their personal situation. Okay. Now, if you have like an immense network of people, then that is a useful bit of like connections, right? It's like a bridge. So that bridge work is important for everyone. Well, then that would be helpful. But don't be gaining from it. You know what I mean? If you're going to be trying to expand your network, that's not really gaining, because what it is, if you're expanding your network, is making friends, right? That's it. Making friends. It's not really a gain, though. It's just because you can't really put a price on it, right? That's why.
No, you don't, right? You're like, I'm with you. Like, literally, I'm like, I'm with you tonight. I'm in you already. And how long does it go for? Is it as long as you want it to? It's like 6 to 8 hours.
I'm going to post this on YouTube.
The second night for